Lots to talk about on this day. NBA, Brian Windhorst, NFL, Rod Woodson, and then pop culture, John C. McGinley, and the incredibly popular new show called Rooster on HBO. Good to see everybody right here on Disney Plus, on ESPN, chatting with you on ESPN Radio and Sirius XM Channel 80, 844-204-RICH. Number to dial right here on the program. Good to see you, Christopher Brockman. How are you,
hey,
sir?
Rich, good morning, my friend.
Jason Feller,
Hey.
good to see you in your
What's up,
chair.
Rich?
Good to see TJ Jefferson with the candle lit over there. How are you?
I'm great. How about you?
Awesome. Let's get things started right off the bat right here because we got lots to talk about. Because Bam Adebayo just only scored 21. Listen, National Football League world, something happened yesterday that everybody's been expecting to happen, and I've been kind of saving my powder for it until it finally did happen. And Kyler Murray showed up in purple yesterday in the state of Minnesota. And Kyler Murray, for $1.3 million, is in the new fangled quarterback room of the Minnesota Vikings. That's the way to put it right now, because nobody's naming him the starter, even though I'll tell you what, it sure looks like he's going to be. But let's just start from scratch, which is Kyler Murray getting cut from the Arizona Cardinals after 7 years of work there, after being the first overall selection. And he is now a veteran minimum quarterback, able to pick and choose where he's going to go. And for whatever reason, for weeks and weeks and weeks, we've been hearing if Kyler Murray's cut loose, he's going to the Minnesota Vikings. And sure enough, he showed up there and he signed. And now he is in the quarterback room with J.J. McCarthy, who's 2 years removed from his first round drafting. And this is what Kyler Murray had to say about joining the team that he apparently rooted for as a kid, because when he played Pop Warner football, I believe, he was on the local Vikings team there, and he was a diehard Vikings fan.
Ever since I started playing tackle football, I was 7 years old. Genuine fandom. Ran deep, Vikings gear through and through. A lot of purple in my household. I don't want to bring it up right now, but maybe later, another day. It was a moment. I'll bring it up anyways. Whatever. I cried real tears whenever Brett threw that interception. I cried real tears that day.
Well, there's Kyler as a Viking on the left as a kid, and then on the right as a current member of the real McCoy, and he posted that with the word skull, and I think he knows this, so I apologize for potentially stating the obvious when he said he cried real tears when Brett Favre threw that interception against the New Orleans Saints in an NFC championship game, rather than just running for a first down and kicking a field goal and going to the Super Bowl. Every Minnesota Vikings fan cried real tears on that day. And now they see him as their newest addition to a quarterback room. Notice how I'm stating this.
A little disdain, it seems.
Not disdain. There is
Delusion, I think, is another word.
No. I'm trying to stay within the lanes of what's being said right now. And Kyler Murray coming into this offense, with all due respect to everybody else who he's played with a, in my mind, future Hall of Famer DeAndre Hopkins, and then also a young Turk who, kind of like Kyler Murray, to be honest with you, after being drafted in the top 5, has yet to show up like he did in college at the professional level in a very consistent way in Marvin Harrison Jr. That's Justin Jefferson right there. And this is the rest of the Minnesota Vikings around him. And collectively, I don't believe he's had a group like this, with a coach like this, and an offensive mindset like the one that the Vikings bring to bear every single day. Hasn't had that in professional football, for sure, with all due respect to his previous coaches and players. This is what he said about his relationship with his new head coach, Kevin O'Connell.
Me and K will go back to the Elite 11 days. I remember, during the combine, I did, I had an interview with the Redskins at the time, Commanders, and he was with them, and he pulled me aside after my meeting with them, and ever since then, our relationship, he's always made sure to check in on me, whether it was after a game, things like that. So I always respected that. I always appreciated his opinion of me and the support that he's given me. So for now, getting to play for him and have that relationship with him means the world. Obviously, he's had a lot of success with different quarterbacks, and he's one of the best offensive minds in the game. So I'm looking forward to going to work with him.
What a spot for a guy drafted once upon a time, first overall, yet to realize first overall production and success. What a spot for him to enter. He's got to be out of his mind psyched, because also the one-year deal that he signed not only sticks the Cardinals with the large tab, but also there is no franchise or transition tag possible for the Vikings to place on him. He had it in the contract, say, you cannot do this to me. He will be playing for free agency. He will be playing for the bag. He will be playing with some terrific players. He will have an opportunity to resurrect everything in that building. Unless, of course, J.J. McCarthy beats him out, because apparently this is a competition. Kevin O'Connell, speaking yesterday, said of signing Kyler Murray, quote, "It's March. And what I can tell you is the goal of adding a talented player like Kyler to the room was to create a world where guys are pushing each other, and guys are, by their own growth and development or their own ascension, are not only just doing that themselves, but they're creating a new standard and elevating that floor. So that will benefit not only those players individually, it'll benefit the collective group of guys in the room." Now, that makes complete coach speak sense to the media gathered. That sounds like a bunch of word salad. So he was asked point blank, is there a competition between Murray and McCarthy? Quote, "Unless I'm confused in any way, shape, or form, I don't believe we have to name one of those currently." End quote. Kevin O'Connell. Can confirm, Coach, you do not have to do that. You don't even have a schedule. You don't have a draft. You don't have pro days. O'Connell said he did talk to McCarthy earlier this week. He knew we were going to be adding somebody to the room. He knew that didn't change anything about his mindset, focus on improving, attacking this offseason the right way, and I'm really proud of him for that and excited to get back on the grass and in the meeting room with him when that time comes, end quote. I shall just shoot everybody straight here. The only way J.J. McCarthy starts week 1 for the Minnesota Vikings this fall is if Kyler Murray gets hurt. As much as I love J.J. McCarthy, and you know that I do, and you said maybe the way I was positing this segment, my thoughts earlier sounded like a touch of derision. It's because I feel J.J. McCarthy has it in him.
For sure.
Okay, so, and this also, Kevin O'Connell is a coach who came on this show and said that organizations fail young quarterbacks before young quarterbacks fail the organization. And it sure feels like this franchise feel like J.J. McCarthy somehow failed them last year. I'm not in the building. I don't see what's going on when there's nothing, when there's no cameras on them. O'Connell does. He is a quarterback whisperer. He's one of the best in the business. He's a coach of the year for a reason. Okay? But there is no way, barring injury, that a highly talented 28-year-old with almost 90 starts in him and 2 Pro Bowls in him and 120-plus passing touchdowns and almost 40 rushing touchdowns is going to walk in this spot with Justin Jefferson there, and Aaron Jones is coming back, and Hawkinson and the rest of them, and get beat out by J.J. McCarthy. Honestly, it's straight up that you don't bring in Kyler Murray without saying he's going to get the first shot. Certainly since last year, you put a thumb on the scale for the kid to the point where Sam Darnold's like, I can't stick around here. I'm going to go to a spot for my new spot, and he wins a Super Bowl there. That place is a lid on a boiling pot. And then on top of it, what more, like, Kyler Murray is the avatar of how quickly things can change in this world for a kid drafted 10th overall in a draft. Josh Rosen was exactly that, saying there were 9 mistakes. By the way, if you look at the 9 kids chosen in front of him, they're all grown-ass men now. But remember Josh Rosen said there's 9 mistakes in front of me, and I'm going to prove him wrong? Well, out he goes, and comes Kyler. So, to me, J.J. McCarthy, unless there is some form of a massive seismic event, he's not starting week 1 for this team. Shooting straight up to you all. And kudos to, Kyler for getting his gig. And I understand, O'Connell saying all the stuff like, I don't have to name anything now, and he needs to work hard, because he couldn't possibly need him. Don't forget, Sam Darnold and J.J. McCarthy, that was a competition. Young kid who doesn't have to start right away, may not have the experience. Let's bring in the veteran. There was that going on. And then McCarthy gets hurt. It's Darnold's gig. Yada, yada, yada. He leaves. He wins the Super Bowl elsewhere. So they had a year last year where they have a ready-made team right now, and they're just not going to go through that again, and I understand why they wouldn't. They have a ready-made team. They got a bunch of guys who can win this division, win double-digit games, win playoff games, and who the heck knows, win the whole damn thing. And Kyler now has every reason to do it. He's got a fresh new football lease on life. He's got a coach. He's got an all-world receiver who's ready to roll. And again, just straight up, McCarthy versus Murray in a flat, open competition. I think Murray would have the thumb on the scale here, or at least the first third of the season. I'll be honest with you. I asked, somebody who will remain nameless, who I trust implicitly in the talent evaluation and also football rostering and all that sort of stuff. I asked him, there's no chance J.J. McCarthy beats out Kyler Murray for the starting job. He texted me back, correct. It's what people in the league are thinking and saying and what have you. And